I have a title for my story. It's called God, Let Me Know You Are Here. My son Jeff died on September 1st, 2016, after a long illness. This would be close to 4 years ago. He was 46 years old, and in addition to his parents and sister, he left a wife and 5 children. This is a wound for me that will never heal completely. But as time goes by, I am learning how to live in spite of his death, which occurred way too soon. I also discovered that my heart could hold joy again, something that I never thought was possible. I've heard people comment and say, I don't know how you can survive something like this without your faith. And they're right. My faith was an absolute anchor throughout all of this. But there were still many questions. And some of those questions in the beginning, particularly, were filled with anger and resentment. I asked, what kind of God leaves 5 children without a father? But over the past few years, and it takes years, grief has softened and allowed me to ask other questions, like, where then was God in all of this? I think I have partial answers to the question of where God was. He was everywhere and in everything, although I wasn't always aware of his presence. But he came to me disguised as others. And so I began to imagine, if God was there, and I believe he was, I wondered what he was saying to me. And here's what I think he was saying. Here, Pat, here is Marie. She will walk with you in the beginning of this grief journey. She will send you text messages of scripture verses that will comfort you. She will take daily walks in nature with you. She will listen to you even when you don't make sense. She will play the role of a secret Santa and leave gifts, surprises outside your door during the Christmas season. She will love you, and that love will sustain you through the worst of times. Here, Pat, here is Tony. He will be your spiritual director and companion. He will point out your goodness and faithfulness when you don't see it. He will let you cry. He will let silence hold your grief. Here, Pat, here are 5 grandchildren, Jeff's children. They are joy producers. They will make you laugh and also cry. You can be the bearer of family stories about their dad for them. Here, Pat, here is my creation. All the sunrises, flowers, butterflies, trees, and birds that you love to photograph. You and Marie will walk and admire the work of the leaf cutter ants. All of nature is big enough to hold your grief. Here, Pat, here is poetry. Verses to read over and over again, to hold in your heart. Poetry knows that you are alive. Here, Pat, here is your continued ability to play the sport you love, tennis. In spite of your advancing years and bad knees, you still have the occasional joy of hitting one good shot. Here, Pat, finally, I know you are passionate about ping pong, and you have asked the local community center several times to just get one ping pong table so you can play. Here, Pat, here are 6 tables and a host of about 40 other table tennis enthusiasts to become a new community of friends for you and to share your fun and passion for that sport. These were just some of the many instances of God's abiding presence throughout Jeff's long illness and death. But it was only through reflection, prayerful imagination, that I can revisit these moments and be awakened to how he was present and how he was helping me. Of course, questions still remain, but I'm hoping that my life will continue to unfold and more answers will come. But even if they don't, I'm content with that. I'm content to wait for those answers. I was prompted to tell this story by the wisdom of a 9-year-old little girl. Father TJ asked the students who were out at St. Martha's to submit a picture of a time in their lives when they were hurting and God helped them. This little girl sent in a picture of herself in a softball uniform. And with the wisdom and beauty and the simple truth of a child, she said, I played softball, and after my brother died, it helped me. So she had sent a picture of herself in a softball uniform. And I thought at the time, who knew that God is into softball and ping pong too? So that child inspired me to write what I think is my truth.